Hey y'all, let's do a reading. I am very excited to do a pick a card reading. Well, you know how pick a card readings work over here. And full disclosure, this is a kind of a ripoff of another tarot reader. Well, no, he's an energy reader, but this is a skosh of a ripoff of one of his pick a cards because we're not really picking a card, we're letting the card pick us. It's a better way to figure out the energy for you, and that's what we'll do. So what we'll do is I will shuffle while I come up with a couple of different types of cards to pick from. And when I say the names or models and makes of these vehicles, you just really should go ahead and pick the very first thing that comes to your mind. Don't overthink it at all because then it won't work. So do the first card that comes to your mind, you choose in like half a second and it's done. And that's your choice. So we'll have 2 cars and 2 cards. All right, so let's do, I'm feeling like pickup trucks. Let's do, oh man, okay, hold on. I need to shuffle anyway, so this is fine. Let's do a Toyota Tacoma, of course. Toyota Tacoma and a Nissan Frontier. All right, so Toyota Tacoma and Nissan Frontier. I just need these 2 cards. Okay, the bottom card is the Nine of Swords, so we'll see about this. Got the 2 cards right here. I got this little shawl thing to hopefully get rid of the glare, and so far so good. All right, so heads is going to be Toyota Tacoma, tails is going to be the Frontier. We're going to use this little Australian dollar here. It's heads. So this is Toyota Tacoma, this is Nissan Frontier. I have a feeling that there's a lot more of you that picked the Tacoma than the Frontier, just because naturally there are a lot more people who pick that vehicle in real life. But it is what it is. So let's see what's happening with y'all. This is just a random pick a card, so I could be bringing up anything. Well, what do you know? Our friend the Tower. All right, so this makes a great deal of sense, because we are talking about the Tower these days, and it seems to be the current condition of a lot of y'all right now, is this Tower thing happening. And this is a different depiction of it than some of the other decks. The Tarot of the Abyss I love because it really shows how, well, it's a different energy, but in that card, with that card, it shows how people cling on to what they are used to and comfortable with, and sometimes it makes the Tower moment a little bit harder. But in this case, it's almost like it's an amazement, like something's happening that, holy cow, what the fuck is this? I think that we had that a little bit in a reading earlier. Was it the weekly reading? Is like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? So I started with the crows, but I don't think this is, I think I just, I might, the crows is just not talking to me, but I'm going to stick with it because that's what I wanted. So we're going to do the crows for the Tacoma people, the Toyota Tacoma, or was it, Was it Tacoma? Yeah, it was. The taco lovers in my audience. Definitely like this video if you're a Toyota Tacoma fan, please. But don't tell anybody. I don't have comments on, so it doesn't matter, but this crow's deck is giving me, what's going on with the tower? Can we let some people know what's going on with the tower? Come on. Man, oh man, it is hard pulling on energy today. It's hard doing anything today. Opportunities are there, but they are not looking like we thought they would. If only somebody would have told us that. Oh, I did. In my Monday reading. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna like this, but here we are, the Five of Wands. Again, a reoccurring theme. Let's go ahead and the Star, the Fool, and the Ace of Wands. You know what this reads like? And it's also, I'm gonna go ahead and let you see the fourth card. Although I'm not going to use the fourth card in the reading, this is what's underneath it all, is this Five of Cups. Walking away from Five of Cups. I've got the Five of Wands. So basically, the universe does not want to talk about this tower. I don't know if it's too close to home. Come on. If it's, it's frustrating me, to be honest. Let's just pull on the Ace of Wands, because the Fool and the Star are pretty self-evident. Let's pull on the Ace of Wands. With the Rider-Waite-Smith. Rider-Waite, however you want to acknowledge it. Dang it, Tacoma people. Universe does not want to tell me what's going on with you. Why is that? She's usually so talkative. I had two cards bust out, and what do I have but another Star? And I have a Ten of Swords. And since she's not being cooperative tonight, I'm going to take those cards. So there's, I'm getting a little bit of it. I'm getting just a taste of it. Like just a, like, you know, when you smell something that you can kind of taste on your tongue, you know, when you taste a smell, that's what is happening to me right now. I'm tasting the smell of this. And it tastes good. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It tastes good. I think this tower has a whole ton of potential for you. But I use that word very carefully. It's potential. I think that there's also a potential for you to ignore it. Like the universe is literally pounding on your door saying, hey, your rent's past due. This situation is no longer good for you. We've got this mansion up the hill that's already prepaid. All you have to do is leave your house, walk up this hill, be at the mansion, and your rent's paid for a year. That's what the universe is saying. And I think there's some of you who are hesitating because you don't see the mansion. You have to believe. You're not able to see it from where you're sitting. I don't know, your windows are too tinted. Something's happening. Just get in your Tacoma and four-wheel drive all the way up that hill and get to your mansion. It is paid for. But no, you're self-sabotaging, you're overthinking it, you're not taking those brave steps forward to what could potentially be an amazing, amazing experience in life. That's it. That's all I can say about that. So that's you, Tacoma people. God damn. Just keep that analogy in your head, maybe, or that metaphor in your head. I don't know. It's not easy to leave something behind if you're comfortable with it, if you know it, if it's a person and it's an important person to you, but you know that it's done, the time has passed. Trust me, it doesn't feel great, but it's necessary for you to move forward. And in this case, I think there's a little bit of self-sabotage and a little bit of overthinking, and you're hanging on to emotions when you should be making a kind of a selfish decision to move forward with something else. Okay, so that's enough of that. I'm sorry this isn't in frame because I'm getting used to how this tablecloth thing works. Okay. All right, Frontier people. What are you? Ooh, High Priestess. Fantastic. Okay. So I am getting this dichotomy. I'm getting a dichotomy. Dichotomy? I'm getting this. I don't know. I seriously don't know if a lot more of the masculine energies picked Tacoma. And I think maybe the feminine energies who watch this channel picked the Frontier. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. But it does. So I'm going to use the animal deck to tell us what's up with that. All right, Frontier people. What is this tradition or ritual that you are hung up on? I'm definitely getting marriage somewhere in here. If y'all are this might just be for one person, but you need to hear it. If somebody's hung up on an idea of a traditional marriage, I think you should get over it. I think there might be a traditional or cultural or family mandate that you do get married. I think you need to live your own life. But this is okay. So 9 of Pentacles is the bottom card. Okay. We have the Hierophant, the Chariot, and the 4 of Pentacles. So I think, and the Fool underneath it. So everybody's coming to these new realizations. I'm gonna go ahead and include that because why not? I think Frontier folks, y'all have a lot better idea of how this paradigm shift is going to help you. I think y'all have a clearer picture, and your response to the changes that are happening are more positive. You're going with the flow, actually. So rather than fighting the tower moments, you're actually part of the change. And you're leading the charge because you can see what's happening and you believe in it. this Fool card is a little bit more knowledgeable and confident, I think, than this winner of Fool in general. It's almost like you've been here before, kind of, sort of, or maybe you've dreamt of this before. This has been in your vocabulary, and now it's sort of coming to pass. I want to grab the Tarot from the Abyss real quick and see if there's any additional cards on the High Priestess. I think it also obviously is something I think that you might have a spiritual connection with. And, well, for some of you specifically, I mean, this could be someone who you have a spiritual, could be about someone that you have a spiritual connection with that either you or they or the family doesn't see as marriage material. And that is okay. Like, you can have these even lifelong partnerships and be spiritually married to someone for your entire life, and don't worry about like this very forced and conceptual idea of marriage as we know it. It's only existed as it has existed for a few hundred years, so let's get over ourselves. All right, I think the spiritual connection, especially if this is about a person, you frontier people, the spiritual connection is so much more powerful. I do see you going forward to that, regardless of what family thinks or what tradition would say. I think you're going into another realm. Now, if this is something like career or passion driven, same thing. Like, it might not be a traditional role. Like, you might be getting a YouTube channel off and running that deals with tarot, for example, versus taking a traditional role or traditional job and getting a 401k and all that stuff that sounds really safe. But boring as fuck. So, Two of Wands is under the deck of, so yeah, yeah. Cups and the Page of Swords. Yeah, move forward toward your passion, regardless of whether it's a person. I'm sorry, that's glaring. Whether it's a person or a career path or just a passion in general that gives you purpose, especially if it's a person. I'm getting that a lot because of that whole marriage thing. It could be contractual as well. Like, it could be maybe you have a job that is based on a grant or something where you do have that particular period of time in which you're obligated to work. And I just all right, so I'm going to use the Tarot of the Abyss to pull some connecting cards, if that's possible. Already we saw a lot of connection in the Fool, in these changes that are happening in a vision and a lack of vision and lack of vision for the Tacoma. For some reason, I was just thinking of the Oldsmobile Tornado. You know, that I would really love one of those. Like, eventually I will have, I think the color is Ocean Breeze, 1967 Oldsmobile Tornado. They're just so beautiful and so big, and like, it's like, that just doesn't exist anymore. I love it. Oldsmobile Tornado is coming into my mind. Maybe we'll use those. Use the Tornado as one of the cars next time. Look it up. 67 though, because 68 was when they changed the front grille to go all the way across, and it ruined the whole aesthetic of the front, if you ask me, but whatever. It was like, oh, she's such a girl. She likes how it looks more than she likes what's under the hood. Well, yeah, sort of. Okay. Nine of Swords is what's bringing these two energies, what's connected these two energies together. Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Knight of Cups. Yeah, I mean, so you definitely need to go on these adventures. And you need to talk about them too. So we do have one more, the 10 of Wands. Yeah. Talk, if you're finding yourself stuck and you cannot see, how about when other travelers come down the hill, if you ask them if is there a mansion up there on the top of that hill? Like, obviously that's very abstract, but I hope you get my point. Like, talk to people who have been in the situation that you're in right now. Like, if you have a vision, but you have a little bit of doubt, talk to people that you trust who are objective about this situation. I would say, I haven't done this in a while, but I would recommend trying a psychologist or psychiatrist, whether you do it online through one of the apps or in person. I highly recommend. But talk to somebody about this, a third party who's maybe unbiased, who is not part of this, I would say a younger psychologist. If I would advise you at all, I would say a younger one who understands the role of tradition as an abstract concept a little bit more maybe than somebody who's a boomer. There's so much potential for you to reach a point of discovery with your goals. So what I immediately feel is that your goals as you see them now are not going to manifest. Like, I'm sorry to tell you that, but I'm not, because it's very, very seldom that we get to from point A to point B in a straight line. And sometimes we never make it even to point B. We reach an X factor, or we skip B and we go all the way to C. Like, it's good to have goals. Absolutely. It's good to have dreams. And Pepita, it's good. It's necessary, important, life-changing to set those goals, but be flexible how you get there, right? And I think that's the real key. Is over here, you just are very myopic and you see one way. And there are many different ways. So let's say that mansion on the hill is what you want, and the universe comes calling and says, hey, come get this mansion. You're like, great, I'll be right there. I'm going to take my motorcycle. And the motorcycle is broke down. And you think, well, shit, how am I going to get to that mansion now? What am I going to do? And you freak out. And you're in a tower because the motorcycle's broke. Well, you're in the 10 of Swords because you probably broke the motorcycle yourself. But you don't realize you can walk, you can take a bus, you can drive, you can actually jump on a bird and fly over there. Like, there's so many different ways of getting there. And then when you get there, the mansion doesn't look quite like you thought it would. And having these very closed, very static feelings about your goal, like, this is what I'm going to do, this is what it's going to look like, having that rigid of a goal will backfire on you, because it never happens exactly like that. And so what you're doing is setting yourself up for failure, because it's not going to work out like that. So what you can do is you can tell the universe, hey, this is what I want. If there's a better way, or if I'm missing something, I'm open to new ideas and new ways to do it. Like, give me what I want or something better. Because if you're so stuck on that one idea of what you want, and the universe cannot give it to you exactly like that, you're not going to get it at all. You see what I'm saying? But if you say to the universe, hey, I really have this idea, good idea. I want to do this. It's where my passion's at, and I want it to look like this, but I'm open to it looking different or better. So give me this or something better, and then let it go and do your work and work. And you just might get what you want and better. So that's my that's my advice. And I think that both of you are in a really good place. I think both Tacoma and Frontier people are in a good place. I hope that this helped somebody, especially somebody who's thinking about running away with their soulmate versus listening to their family and dropping them to the curb. But regardless, free will. What can I say? Thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, I really, really love you. Definitely like this video if you made it to the end. And subscribe. If I get 50 subscribers, when I get 50 subscribers, I'm going to open it up to live readings, which will basically be, personalized readings for 1, 2, 3, whoever can get on at that time. So I'm really excited to do that and offer that to those folks. So whenever I reach 50, I'll start doing at least 1 or 2, I'm gonna say 2 live readings every week. And they'll probably be pretty scheduled because I'm a scheduled kind of girl. So you'll be able to fit it into your schedule. Anyway, thank you so much. And I hope this helped somebody.